This. All right, we are live. Let's do this. So I'm just going to hit live on Instagram and TikTok, and then we're going to get started with some side hustle coaching and answering questions today. So let me just hit this over here. And there we go. So we're just waiting for, that should be fine. All right, so we should be live, and just one more thing I have to do here on the TikToks. Just gotta. All right, there we go. So we are live. So welcome, guys, to the weekly, Q&A session where I'm here to be able to answer any questions that you guys have about digital marketing, building a side hustle online. So before we get into it, if you have any questions about digital marketing, side hustles, making an income online, whether you've already got started or maybe you're not sure where to get started and you just have questions about, how it all works, just, drop in your questions. Either if you're on Facebook, YouTube, you can put your comment, you could just leave a comment with your question. If you're coming in on Instagram there's a little question bubble that you can tap on. And that way the questions is gonna show up on a list for me so I can be able to answer it. I know Prashil says, can you please save this live session? Prashil, all lives are saved and they will show up on my profile. The only place it won't be saved is on TikTok. If any questions come through on TikTok, also put them in the comments. But bring in your questions, guys. Any questions you have about digital marketing, put them in the little question bubble. Again, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, you can just put it in the comments. And we're going to get, and then, I'll be able to answer those. Like last week, I was on for almost 3 hours. I think it was 2 hours and 45 minutes because we had tons of questions coming in right from the beginning. So, if it takes staying on here 3 hours, I'll do it. As long as you guys have questions, but, just bring in your questions, right? Any questions you guys have. And while you're coming in, let me know where you're coming in from. Hey, Anthony, I know you put a comment there. Hey, what's up there? Let's see if there's any others that have been coming through. Theron, I know you're asking how to start digital marketing. If you can put your question, like tap the little question bubble and put it in there, and then I'll be able to get into it. But yes, if you're jumping on, just let me know where you're coming in from. I do always love to know, who's jumping on, what countries are coming in from. I know we always tend to go global with these, which is pretty awesome. So subs that not 3 hours, go to the point. Well, yeah. So I am going to get to the point with answering questions there. Who was that? Grey Goose. The reason I was on almost 3 hours was because people kept coming in and going and there was a lot of questions at the beginning, and then there was more questions at the end. So that's why I might stay here on for 3 hours. But you know what I'll do? Let me answer some quick questions, and then I'm just going to share with you guys some, just some tips in terms of digital marketing, side hustles. So already we've got a few questions. How can I start digital marketing? Please, how can I get started on digital marketing? Then someone's like, how do you get the link in the bio on Instagram? Great question. How do I get more money? Excellent. So, all right, awesome. So in terms of, let's get started with digital marketing. All right. And with digital marketing, I'm going to share my story first about my journey, because it's going to kind of help you guys to understand a little bit of the journey and what you can expect, and maybe even what to avoid, all right, with building a digital marketing business. So again, any questions, put them in the little question bubble on Instagram, type that question bubble, and you can put it in there, and I'll be able to get to those questions. Another thing that I just wanted to mention is I actually had my dad watch the last week's Q&A coaching call, and he watched it on Facebook. He's like, man, you got to look at the camera a bit more on Facebook, because if you guys don't know, I actually go live I've got a phone here for TikTok, one for Instagram, and I've got my computer set up for Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. I'm going live everywhere. So I'm going to look a little bit more at the camera as well today. So, but I'll be keeping, I'll be looking at Instagram and everything again, but, put in your questions there. Now, the first question, because, that was the first question that came through was, and two people asked it. And the question was, how can I get started with digital marketing, or what is digital marketing? So digital marketing, firstly, it's specifically, I recommend promoting other companies' products online. And then when a sale is made through your own efforts, you make commission. So you make a percentage of that sale. That is what I recommend for beginners. Here's why. You don't have to create your own products, which is a lot of work. It's very technical. You don't have to do the customer service or get all that set up, because that is a very technical process and it requires a lot of time too. You don't have to focus on any delivery, whether it's, shipping products or, just any sort of delivery. It's all done by a third party. All you're focusing on is on some very simple promotional strategies online, some just digital marketing strategies, very simple. Anyone can do it. And you can do it in about 1 to 2 hours per day, right? Literally, like so many people are like, really, can you do this in 1 to 2 hours per day? You absolutely can, because you're just doing some simple promotional strategies, which I'll share with you guys later. Maybe I'll share my account or something in terms of what I do. But it's very simple to do, right? You can even do it 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, or on your lunchtime break, maybe after work, maybe before work. And, when you're consistent with, doing digital marketing, it could take you, a lot of people ask, well, how long is it going to take you to quit your 9 to 5, right? It depends for everyone, right? Honestly, there's a lot of people that never quit their 9 to 5. Why? Because they use a lot of this information, indeed, what I'm going to share with you guys today, or, like the promotional side of things. But then, they'll get information, but they don't want to do anything with it. They won't take much action. Kind of like people that purchase a gym membership, but then they don't go, right? Or people that purchase a weight loss program and they don't use it. Now, the people that do take action in terms of digital marketing, I've seen people as little as 3 months quit their 9 to 5 job, right? 3 months. I've seen people do it in 6 months. Seen people do it in 12 months. Just really depends on your level of work ethic, right? That's one. How willing you are to learning new skills. Okay, if anyone's like, oh, this is an easy way to make money, it's not. Run away, very far, because, nothing's easy. Everything requires learning skills, taking action, being consistent, asking questions, being coachable. But when you are able to implement these new skills that you learn, you can start earning pretty quickly, within 2 weeks. It's possible. I've seen it a lot of times. And then 3 months, 6 months, you could very possibly be quitting your 9 to 5, as long as, you're being consistent and taking action and learning new things, right? So that is what digital marketing is. Now, I've personally been doing digital marketing, in terms of this method since 2018. But here's the thing. I've been in the industry, online business industry, since 2011, right? Which it's actually coming up to about 12 years in August. I cannot believe it's been 12 years. But you know what? It's been an amazing journey. And before I got started, I was just working a 9 to 5. I was an assistant manager in a manufacturing company. We actually did, like, you guys might know, like the kitchen bench tops, like in stone, granite bench tops, that sort of thing. That's what we did with that business. And, but you know what? It wasn't my passion. I didn't like kitchens aren't my thing. Stone isn't my thing. And, I just did that because, one, I was in $50,000 debt, like literally $50,000 debt, because I'd bought a fancy new car, had multiple credit cards, personal loans, just for like buying rubbish things as well, that, like no investments or anything, because I didn't know about building businesses and investing. And, other than that, like, my job was it just wasn't fulfilling. Excuse me there. So it wasn't fulfilling. I was just doing it to make the money to pay off debt and to pay off bills. And, that was it. And it sucked, right? It's like one of those jobs where, every Monday I'd go, you guys might actually understand this, where you go every Monday and you're like, damn it, do I have to here comes a whole new week again. It's going to be the exact same thing. It's Groundhog Day again. And it was like, oh, I'll never forget the feelings. Like they're even coming up now, just thinking about it, where it's just like it's almost like feelings of disgust to a degree, like feelings of just being stuck, being frustrated, because, you just don't have any other option, right? And the funny thing is, I even went and attempted other different types of jobs, sales jobs and things. And, I ended up going back to this job, the funny thing, because of the comfort that I knew it. But I don't know, I just felt super stuck. Anyway, and I wanted more, right? I wasn't married. I didn't have a girlfriend. I didn't have kids. And I just wanted more, right? I knew I wanted more. I remember one Monday, I'm just like, please God, like universe, show me a way out. I don't know how, but just show me, give me something. Like I want to get out of here. And then what happened was a couple of weeks later, I attracted kind of like an online business type of thing. It was in the network marketing industry at the time. And, like I saw it, it was like that big sales pitch and stuff. And I was like, well, this looks interesting. I like the idea of just, making an income from home. That appealed. Being able to make a lot of money online, that appealed. And guys, like, get this is 2011. Back then, making an income online was not as normal as it is today, right? The internet was still relatively new, right? So anyway, but it appealed to me. So I got started, and, I within 6 months, I started making an income, which was very cool, right? It took me a little bit longer than most people. But I started making an income, and, the whole online business thing, at the time it was network marketing. It's not what I would recommend to beginners today. Maybe I can share more about that in a second, but hey, man, I'm sharing the point here, Georges, just sharing a bit of a story, man. If you don't like it, feel free to hop off. And if anyone else is enjoying the story, let me know in the comments as well, right? And there's a whole point to this story, okay? There's many points within this. So anyway, that's what I did. Network marketing based online. It wasn't friends and family or anything like that. It was more, but it was like running spammy ads, like they said, make, money online, make X amount per sale, and just spamming Facebook groups and Craigslist, which, by the way, spamming, it doesn't work, guys. Anyway, I'll share a bit more about the whole spammy thing in a second. So, some people are going, yes, they are. And they're saying, thanks for the context. Keep going. There you go. So if you're not liking the story, again, anyone, just feel free to hop off. All right. So let's continue. So, you know what, like getting into online business and network marketing, it did change my life in the beginning. That's where I first made my money. I made, got $10,000. I got to $10,000, $20,000 per month. I even had a few days where I had 20,000 US dollar days. And like the first time I had that, oh my God, like I'll never forget the feeling. And I've probably never felt that feeling since, because like when you make 20K in one day, it's just like you're literally on this huge natural high. And, I was much younger. I think I was like 26 roughly at that time. I'm, 37 now. But like I was on a high, and, I was just telling everyone. And anyway, back in hindsight, I probably seemed a bit obnoxious or something, just telling everyone that I just make 20K a day, a month, in a day. Anyway, so, I was, because of, just getting into that, there's a lot of growth that comes with starting a digital marketing business, guys. Like, building your own business, it's not just about doing a few things and that's it, you make money. You go on a journey of growth, right? It's a personal growth journey. It's like, I've never been to the army or anything, but I do have a family member that is in the army here in Australia. And, going to the army isn't just about learning how to shoot guns and throwing grenades and, warfare. It's not just about that. It's personal growth. It's discipline. It's, getting up in the morning even when you don't feel like it. It's, team play, right? It's, there's a lot of mindset stuff to it. So when you start a digital marketing business, right? And this was network marketing, but it's just any sort of business. It's the same thing. It's like you got to work through all these old habits that you had in the past that especially coming from a job, right? When you're in a job, you tend to be more of a follower, right? You're following your boss. You're following the person that tells you what to do. But when you come to a business, you don't have that person anymore. You have to be self-motivated. You have to be the one that gets yourself up in the morning, even when you don't want to, right? You're the one that has to take action. You're the one that has to open the freaking education, go through the marketing training, whatever it is, because no one's going to be there cracking a whip at you to make you do it, right? So there's a lot of growth to it. And when, like I got into that, I mean, it totally changed my life. Just starting a business, full stop, right? Any sort of business will change your life if you're willing to go through that growth phase. So for me, the money was great, but I got to travel the world. Hey, Marina on YouTube, they're saying incredible. Yep. Hey, Loretta, awesome. You're an affiliate as well, legendary. That's cool. So anyway, it changed my life. And it also helped me become the person that I ended up attracting my wife. And we started a family, traveled the world together. So it was great. But here's the thing, right? So about it, when you're going to start your own side hustle, online business, it's not just about grabbing the first thing that you find, right? If you find something and you do your research, yes, I'm saying do your research, because a lot of people don't do their research, right? And there's other people that are going to be like, oh, don't do your research. And they're going to try to convince you to buy their stuff and all of this. Just trying to change the camera here a little bit on Facebook, TikTok. But it's like you want to do your research. You want to make sure that you're getting into the right thing, right? Starting the right side hustle. So I didn't do my research. And about 4.5 years into that business, I wasn't enjoying it, because like literally the amount of time you had to spend on the phone was like 6 hours a day, and speaking to, like inquiries, leads, people that were mostly uninterested. And it was just like rejection after rejection. It was like, I literally had many times people abuse me on the phone, even though they filled out a form for me to call them. And then I called them and they abused me on the phone. Like, what the heck, right? So, I really didn't enjoy it. I did it because it made me money, but I didn't enjoy it. The marketing was very spammy, like just spamming the internet. And oh man, like I think I showed it. I won't show it today, but I was putting flyers on car windows and all this stuff, and bandit signs on freeway entries and exits. Anyway, I didn't even feel confident in marketing. I still didn't know what I was doing 4.5 years in. And, I got to a point where I'm like, well, let me learn let me learn actual marketing from leaders in the industry, right? So obviously using logic and common sense, if I'm not learning it here, let me go learn it. And I found leaders and I bought some courses and I bought some education and coaching. And as I was going through it, I was just like, oh my God, like this is digital marketing. This is like, right? I was just blown away. And I was actually learning real skills, right? Learning how to write ads, or learning how to, create, like, I'll talk about it in a second, right? A simple 2-page website. And anyway, so a simple 2-page website that helps you generate leads. And I started implementing that in my business, and things started working better and it was enjoyable. But I ran into issues with that company, because if you guys know anything about network marketing, if you do anything that's outside what they teach you to do, you get slapped on the wrists, right? Multiple times, whether it's friends and family, right? If a company teaches you to just sell to your friends and family, I know many companies that have told their people, this business will not work with social media. It's not going to work, right? Maybe it's starting to change in network marketing a little bit, but it's a very slow process. But they're not going to allow you to do anything else. So I ran into issues and stuff. And then at that point, I was just like, all right, well, I've learned digital marketing. It's amazing. I don't have to be on the phone. And that's when I went into full digital marketing, right? Which wasn't about promoting. Like, that business was kind of like an on-selling an opportunity. So you were just recruiting. I call it recruiting recruiters, so that those recruiters can go recruit more recruiters, right? So it's not really any, a solid business, a solid product. But moving on to digital marketing, which I mentioned in the beginning, right? Again, it's really about the products, the value that those products bring in terms of solving problems for people. Man, I'm having some issues on TikTok here that the phone's not even connecting. Let me just test something out here and see if that works. All right. So anyways, that's my journey, guys. And, digital marketing was a game changer, because it's no longer, you're not restricted to just one product. You're not restricted to just one company. In the other business, I started coaching and I created my own products, and they hated that. They didn't like that. But with digital marketing, there's hundreds or thousands of products you can promote online. And you can choose good quality products and start making an income. You got no restrictions. You can promote as many products as you want. If one day you wanted your own products, you could create them as well, right? Though I don't recommend that in the beginning because I've created my own products, and trust me, it is a lot of work and effort. All right. So, all right, that's a bit about my story. And today, life's amazing. Like, I'm in Australia. If you guys, some of you might know, some of you might not know. It's 8:30 a.m., right? My son just went to school. I got to hug him and say goodbye. My daughter is unwell. Last 2 weeks, like, whole family's been sick. Thankfully, I haven't caught, it's a bad flu. So my daughter caught it, then my son caught it, then my daughter caught it, then my wife caught it. So the last 2 weeks has just been, a war zone in our house. And I'm walking around with like a mask whenever I'm around them. But you know what? Like, I get to be at home around them. Last week I took the week off work because, my family was sick and I had to be around. And it's amazing. I don't have to go to a job. My kids go to school and then they come home to me, and literally there's like a door over there to the garage. And as soon as they come home, they come running to give me a huge hug. And it's just amazing, right? I don't have to be like just frustrated waiting for the day to end so I can go see my family. I'm just around them all the time. So like, that's a bit about my story, guys. But you know what? I hope that gives you some insight into at least, what to look for, what not to look for. And that's some credibility as well, right? I have been doing this for a long time. And if you guys, want help, I'm here to help. Which, by the way, I'm going to get into the questions now because we've got a few questions that have come in. But if you guys want help with digital marketing, right, like actually know how to make an income online, go check out my free ebook, right? I created an ebook where I put a lot of the information I've learned with digital marketing, how it works, why it works the way it does. It's at alexfordbook.com. If someone could type that in the comments, that'd be great. alexfordbook.com. Or you can tap the link on my profile on any of the platforms. You'll be able to get it there. So let me go into the questions. So actually, before I go into questions, any questions, tap the little question bubble, and then I'm going to go we'll answer them one by one. So let me have a look here. So we've got, so the first question was, please, how can I get started on digital marketing? So I kind of answered that. All right. And we've got another one coming in. Let me have a look. Carly says, okay, I really want to start digital marketing, but I have to say I'm a little bit afraid. Do you know what? That's totally normal, right? Because when you're doing something you've never done, you're going to be a bit afraid. It's normal feelings, right? It's with anything. It's like, who remembers dating, right? And, maybe you saw a guy or a gal that, you liked, and maybe you wanted to approach him, and how did you feel? Afraid, right? Why? Because it's a new person, it's something new. Those feelings are totally normal. But as long as you have a desire to transform your life, right? Like a burning desire too, not just, I kind of like to change my life, but you really want to make a change, then use that as motivation. And as long as you've got the right path, the right direction, the right mentorship, right? That makes a huge difference with that fear. But, to answer that question, for Just Namdi, please, how can I get started in digital marketing? So number one, get my free ebook. I would recommend alexfordbook.com. Like, I break it all down. You can read that book in an afternoon as well. It's not very long. And there's a couple of training videos that come with it as well. That's where I would recommend. And I will break down affiliate marketing a little bit more in a second too, all right? I think I wasn't going to, but there's the 3 steps to digital marketing, which I'll answer. Actually, let me just see what other questions are. Maybe I can get into that now, because a lot of them are, let me answer some other questions, and then I'll share those 3 steps with you guys in terms of how digital marketing works. So the official money method says, how do you get the link in bio on Instagram? That's an easy one. You just go into the settings. So you just edit your profile and you should be able to get your link in there. It's easy. I think that the platform that's hardest is on TikTok, because on TikTok, you got to have 1,000 followers before you can do that. But on Instagram is easy. I'd recommend that. That's a good one to YouTube. You'll find probably like a 1 or 2 minute video that shows you how to do that. Let me have a look. How can you almost hear grow a DJs. Okay, so this is all right. So we've got some good questions here, but things to learn and do. Okay. So, okay, this one's great. Things to learn and do when starting a new business. So this is a good question from Admadali. So things to learn and do when starting a digital marketing business. So this is kind of answering the question, well, how does it work? How does digital marketing work? So with digital marketing, there are 3 steps, 3 things you need in order to be able to, get yourself set up and start making an income, right? And most people overcomplicate this. Like, a lot of people think that they need all this fancy stuff, fancy cameras, fancy whatever, right? And sure, like, I've got this studio, which I love, right? But, I only got this about 10 years into, online business. In the beginning, firstly, all you need is literally just a laptop or just a computer and a cell phone, right? That's all you need to be able to build a digital marketing business online. You'll find in the end, 95% of the business, you're going to build it on your phone, right? A laptop's more for setting up some basic things, which I'll share with you, in a second. But then using your phone, like that is your business ultimately. Like, I don't even know why they call it a phone these days, because a phone is literally just one feature, right? It's like a little computer more than anything, right? But that's literally all you need. Now, once you got that, if you have a laptop and a smartphone, then there's those 3 things that you need to be able to get yourself set up with digital marketing. So number 1 is, of course, having a product to promote. Okay, that's important, because if you don't have a product to promote, how the heck are you going to make money? Like, you're not, right? And I see, so many people that are able to build, and we'll talk about this in a second, but they're able to build social media platforms with thousands of followers, even hundreds of thousands of followers. And guess what? They don't make any money. Why? Well, because they're good at building a following, but they don't have a product to promote, right? And if you have something that you can sell that's going to add value to people, right? That's going to help people solve a problem, then you're going to be able to make money. So having a product, I always recommend having a product to promote is the very first thing you want to have. Now, the next question a lot of people ask is, okay, well, I have to have a product. Well, what type of product do I promote? Or like, what niche do I tap into? So someone says recommended products to us. If you can put that in the little question bubble there, that was for Just Namdi. Tap the little question bubble on Instagram and I'll get to that and I can talk about recommended products. So yeah, there we go. Someone's already asking, so how do I get the product? I mean, how to choose a product that will sell? That's from Carlia Blue. So firstly, you got to understand that, there's 3 most profitable niches. Okay. And the 3 most profitable niches is health and wellness, right? Why? Well, because, there's always going to be people that want to improve their health, right? There's never going to be, AI platform, AI software that's going to automatically, make you shed your weight, right? It's not going to work. There's always going to be, like supplements that people are going to purchase, weight loss products, gym memberships, anything around health and wellness, that's one. Even things like personal growth, that's part of health because it's like your mental health. So health and wellness is a highly profitable niche. The next one is, so wealth, that's number 2. So wealth is anything to do with money, right? Because there's always going to be people that want to improve their finances. So it could be, kind of like what I do. I help people start, their own side hustle with digital marketing. That's one aspect of the wealth niche. Investing is another one as well. Anything, what else? So yeah, investing, financial planning. So that's the wealth niche. And then a relationships niche. So there's always going to be people in relationships and they're always going to want help with improving their relationships, whether it's, they want to improve their marriage, whether they want to, learn how to date and know how to interact, between men and women, or maybe parenting, right? Parenting tips, courses, anything around parenting. So health. So the 3 most profitable niches are health, wealth, and relationships. So that's one thing to understand. Once, you choose one, then you can start looking online for what products there are, right? So you can start looking for health and wellness products, and you can literally type, like health affiliate program. Or you could type, investing affiliate program, digital marketing affiliate program, or what's the other, health, wellness, or relationships, or, marriage course affiliate program, parenting course affiliate program. So, you can start researching to see what is out there online. Now, in terms of products, personally, what I do and I recommend, I probably have, I'm an affiliate of many products, but I don't promote them all. I think there's about 4 or 5 main affiliate products that I promote, right? So number one, I promote a $7 digital marketing education course that actually teaches people the fundamentals of digital marketing, how it works, why it works, actual step-by-step education to actually get set up. And even these 3 steps, you can get it set up with that course. So that's the one thing I recommend. Now, the next one is, all right, so once someone has the knowledge to actually do digital marketing, then the next question is, all right, well, what else are they going to need? Right. So then I recommend a website platform, okay, where people are able to set up simple websites, but there's no coding, there's nothing complicated, there's no programming or anything like that. It's literally just drag and drop, drag and drop, very simple to do, right? And usually people have to set up like a very simple, maybe we'll talk about it soon, like a simple 2-page website, but that's the second product that I promote. Then it's like, okay, so once they've got the education, once they've got that website set up to promote their products, what might be the third product that someone might need, right? And then I recommend like an email marketing software, which is what email marketing is, and by the way, like pay attention guys, because I'm going to tie something back to, why I promote all these products in a second. But then the email marketing is, okay, so once I'm generating like inquiries from people, what am I going to do with those inquiries? So they go into this email marketing software. It's like a database of emails. So I can send out more information. I can send out additional videos, additional trainings to people, additional value. And then what happens is not everyone's going to purchase a product right from the beginning. But what happens is as they get on it's called your email list, your subscribers list, and as they continue to get value from you, there's going to be a time where people purchase a product from you. And I'll give you a good example here. So last week was amazing, right, for us. So get this, number one, and this is the power of choosing the right products and having the right process and system in place, which we're going to get to step 2 in a second, right? So still we're talking about having the right product. So last week, I mentioned in the beginning, I did not work at all, right? Well, I did the live stream like this last week and a couple other things, but pretty much didn't work for most of the week. My family was unwell. I was looking after my family, and I still put in $4.5K US in my business, right? So that was amazing when that happened, because it's like, you're not really working, right? And imagine that, like you're not working, you're still making passive income, online income. So what happened though, this is what I wanted to mention. One of the persons that purchased a $1,000 product, they joined. So they found me probably a week before that. And then a week later, they purchased like a $1,000 product, one of the products that I recommend as well. Now, that same week, I had someone else who found me a year ago. Get this, right? This is the power of digital marketing. They found me a year ago, 12 months ago. I think they opted into something of my thing. They were on my email database. And then last week they purchased a product that made me a $1,000 commission. How is that, right? So with digital marketing, right, you're going to have people that are going to purchase pretty quickly, right? And you're going to make an income pretty fast. And then there's going to be other people that they're going to take time to be able to purchase something from you. Maybe because you got to build trust, right, with them. Maybe because they got to get money together, that they'll know you can help them. Or maybe they want your product, but it's going to take them time to get that money together. So then it's important to have an email database, like an email marketing, software, to keep out sending value, to keep out sending emails, more information, to keep people engaged, because then when people are ready to buy, they're going to buy, right? And a few weeks ago, I think it was actually a couple of months ago as well, I had someone else who had been following me for 2 years, and then they purchased a product that made me, I think it was about $1,300 as well, right? So there's a lot of people that will purchase like pretty quickly, but then there's going to be those people that, you want to keep following up with. So that's okay. So that's the power of that email marketing software that I recommended. So the question was, the products I recommend, right? So again, for me, I promote and recommend that $7 course, which, by the way, if you guys go get my free ebook, alexfordbook.com, you'll be able to learn about that course as well. It's what taught me everything about digital marketing, right? So there's a $7 course. There's the software to create the website. So that's the other product that I use. Then and recommend as well. By the way, everything I recommend, I use myself as well. So I would never promote products that I haven't purchased myself, because it's just integrity. You got to have integrity with what you're promoting. So that's the product, then the email marketing software. Then there's some other smaller courses I might recommend here and there if it's going to add value to people. And then I've got my own courses at this point as well, right? So then for people that want to get started with digital marketing, well, what products do you get started with? That's the big question, right? It's like, okay, but I don't know what niche to choose, and I don't know what product to promote. Okay, here's what I recommend. So number one, I'd recommend go get my free ebook, alexfordbook.com. It's linked in my profile. I talk a lot about this as well, like what products to promote, what to look for, and all that. But if you're not sure, I've seen people that they spent months not getting started when they could have even quit their 9-to-5 by then, but they don't get started because they're concerned about what products to promote, right? So if you're in that situation, hey Cynthia, great to have you on here too. But if you're in that situation, I'd recommend get my free ebook. There's a couple of training videos that come with it. That is an amazing starting point. And then I do recommend through that process, that same $7 course that walks you through how to set up digital marketing, what products to promote, and you even learn how you can get access to the same products that I promote so that you can promote those as well. Like if someone doesn't know what to promote, I always recommend just promote anything. Like literally, don't even get bogged down with what am I going to promote. Just promote any product that you can. That's good quality. The ones that I recommend are amazing quality. Because here's the thing, you can always change products that you can promote later down the track. You can always change niches. Now, for me, 12 years ago, I got started like in the personal development niche. So you guys might remember at the beginning, that network marketing company, they sold personal development products. So I got into the personal development niche. Then a few years later, I changed to the network marketing niche. So, selling online marketing education to network marketers. And then later I moved more to, the side hustle niche, right? So actually giving people tips about side hustles, digital marketing. So I've changed my niche and products 3 times, my main products. So you can always change that. So in the beginning, just find something, choose something, learn the marketing process, because that is what's most important, to just take action, start learning how to market products. And then, maybe in 6 months, 9 months, if you don't like those products that you're promoting, well, hey, at least you develop new skills, and those skills are transferable to any product that you want to promote, right? So, back to that original question about, things that you need to learn for starting a digital marketing business, 3 steps. Number 1, choose a product to promote. Again, you can learn more in my free ebook, alexfordbook.com, or check out the link on my profile. Now, step number 2, right? Step number 2 is setting up a simple 2-page website, right? Super simple 2-page website. Don't need any coding. You don't need any there's nothing technical to it, right? There's literally, all you do is you drag and drop setting up a website. But the reason you want that is, when you collect people's email addresses, which is something that I already discussed, right? Well, actually, I'll answer that one. So when you collect people's email addresses, you want to make sure that you can be connected to those people, send them more information, send them, additional emails, maybe more of your story and experience, additional value and training, so that when they're ready to purchase, they'll buy the products. Now, here's an error. This is a big error people make, all right? Never, you can if you want, but I would recommend to never send people directly to your affiliate link, meaning to the product website. Why? Well, there's going to be people that are going to go, to that product website, but one, you're not going to know who visited that website. And then a lot of people are going to click away and you're not going to be able to continue to follow up with those people, right? That's number two. You're not going to be able to follow up with them until they purchase. So by collecting their email addresses, through that website, then, you can continue to follow up. Another thing is with that 2-page website, it's like, you guys might've seen it. Let me know in the comments if you guys have seen these websites where you opt in, you put your name, maybe just your email address, then you opt in, and on the second page there'll be a little video, right, with the person. Maybe it's just text, right? It doesn't have to be a video, but the video or text could just be sharing their story and why they recommend the product that they're about to see. And then they're going to click on the button and they're going to go to the actual product to learn about the product. That's the actual sales page that sells the product. Has anyone gone through that process? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know, right? But that's a really important part for your business. And get this, like, this is how not complicated it is. You can set it up in about 30 minutes to an hour, right? It's super simple to do. You just import the templates, change the text, maybe add a video or just add a text on the second page, and then that's it. You're ready to go. So step number one, you want that product. Step number two, you want to have that's a sales process, so that 2-page website. And then step number three is the fun part, okay? Who knows what step number three is? That is the marketing side of things. So it's called driving traffic. And traffic just means people, right? So, if you're ever going to build like a bricks and mortar store, right, just a traditional shop, one of the important things to do is to think about where there's a lot of people walking, right? This is why you see a lot of shops in a shopping center, right? In a mall, because, a lot of people walk there. And when people set up another shop there, they just want that natural, it's called the foot traffic, because then people are naturally going to walk into your store, right? You're just organically going to make income because there's people that walk through there. So that's called foot traffic. Online, it's called web traffic or just traffic, right? But so once you have your product, once you have your 2-page website, then you just focus on the marketing side of things, right? That's it. Very simple. And what is the marketing? So the marketing side of things, there's lots of ways, all right? Let's dive a little bit deeper than what I normally do. So with marketing, I think there's about 3 or 4 methods that you can do marketing. There is text. So there's a written form, there's video, there's audio, and there's images. So there's 4, right? There's images. Those are the 4 main methods to do digital marketing and to be able to, drive traffic and promote products. Now, what do those look like? So text is things like blogging, which I don't recommend, by the way. It's too complex and technical. I've done blogging in the past. It's just not enjoyable either. And it takes a long time to make work. But there's blogging. There's Facebook. Facebook is a good written platform. You can write stories. You can write ads. You just write things on there, right? So that's written form. Then there's video, things like Instagram Reels, TikToks, YouTube Shorts. Even YouTube is longer form videos or live streams, right? The video is a very powerful way to be able to build a business and generate traffic, drive traffic. So video is a powerful one. And by the way, you don't even have to show your face when you do video either. You can create simple videos on Canva, just text with a nice image on the background, and that can go viral, right? But video is the second one. Then there's audio, things like audio podcasts. That's probably really the only one that I can think of. I wouldn't recommend podcasts for anyone getting started because it's complex and quite complex to do. But then there's images as well. So Instagram is great for images, carousels, those sort of images. Facebook has images as well, right? So Facebook actually has all of them. You can do audio, video, written text, images, right? So Facebook's a great platform. But the way you drive traffic is, here's the key. This is the way you get people to purchase your products. Once you have the product and you've got the sales process, so the simple 2-page website, then what you want to do is you want to start creating content, right? And what is content? So content is, again, it could be any of those 4: written content, video content, audio content, or image content. and you start sharing tips that help people, but that is also relatable to the product you're selling. Okay. So for example, if you're doing health and wellness as an example, then you can start creating, tips and tricks. Maybe it could be, how to lose, 10 pounds in 2 weeks as an example. Maybe you're doing some, creating some recipe ideas, right? That healthy recipe ideas. Maybe you're doing some workout tips, right? Because what's going to happen is as you start putting those tips online, free value, which by the way, you don't even have to know all this information. You can just research, Google on YouTube, get that information and recreate it yourself, right? Use that as content. So what happens is as you put out valuable tips online, people are naturally going to start following you, right? And this can happen very quickly. My daughter started her Instagram account. It was about 5 weeks ago now, and she's already got almost 400,000 people she's reached with her Instagram account. It's crazy, right? It's very quick to build an audience. But as you're giving tips, right? Again, let's say you're selling, let's say a weight loss product, and then you're giving these tips about health and wellness. People are going to follow you. It's going to happen very fast. You're going to get a lot of reach. And then those people are the ones that you can point to your 2-page website, which is going to sell the product, right? So from step 1 and 2. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? And you know what? Maybe you guys have come across this. Maybe you've seen it yourself, right? You've probably looked online. I mean, maybe my stuff even. Maybe you found my stuff because for me, my product, right, is a digital marketing education, right? It's a $7 course that I recommend, right? So that's my product. Number 2, I've got I'm a little bit more advanced at this point, but I've still got a 2-page website where people opt in to get a free ebook, and then I recommend the $7 course, right? So that's a 2-page website. And then I create content, right? So I create content on, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, you name it, Twitter. But then what happens is as I create side hustle content, digital marketing tips, I have a podcast as well, that attracts an audience. And you know what? Not everyone buys something from me, and that's totally fine, right? Because I do these free coaching sessions every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time, right? People can get a lot of free stuff, but then people that actually want to know the nitty gritty, like know how to do it step by step, then that's where I point them to my 2-page website so they can get my free ebook, right? Which is at alexfordbook.com. Sorry, that's alexfordbook.com. And then, more free education. And they can also learn about the $7 course that I promote, that I recommend for people to get started, which by the way, was a game changer for me. In that $7 course, I learned way more than the previous business that I had done, which by the way, that cost me $35,000, $35,000 to do that, right? And this was just a $7 course. So does that make sense, guys? The 3 steps. So number 1, you want to have a product. Number 2, you want to set up a simple 2-page website. And number 3, you want to focus on the marketing side of things. So driving traffic, right? And the marketing, like the first 2, it could take you a day or 2 days to get done. Find a product. If you get the $7 course at alexfordbook.com, you get the products that I promote as well. So you can promote them, set up your simple 2-page website, which takes maybe 1 hour to set up if you really put focus into it. Heck, even if it took 2 hours, you set that up. And then the marketing side of things, that can take you 1 to 2 hours per day. Very simple to do, right? And you can even fit it into the nooks and crannies of your day. So I hope that adds value, guys. If that adds value, just let me know in the comments. Hit that like button, those reactions. I'd love to know as well. But let's move on, right? And I think I really answered your question there, Amadali. I think I went really deep. But let me get into the other questions because we got lots. So then we have a few. So let me have a look. So this one, it looks like a pretty good one. So Perry Mitchell asks, would I be able to promote and link several different other companies on one platform? So that's a great question. And I had another question. I am into Crispy about building courses. If you can tap the little question bubble on Instagram and type that there, I'll get back to that. So I'm going to answer this one first. So Perry Mitchell says, would I be able to promote and link several different other companies on one platform? this is an excellent question, actually, because I mentioned, right, what do you want what do you need to have when you start a digital marketing business? You want to have that product, you want to set up that 2-page website, and then you want to start doing the marketing, so driving traffic. And a lot of people are like, well, what if I promote multiple products, right? So firstly, what I would recommend is if you haven't started a digital marketing business and if you want to start, only focus on one product. One product. Only have one website, like 2-page website, and only focus initially on 1 or 2 social media platforms. Why do I recommend that? Well, when you're brand new, you're going to learn new skills. You're going to learn new things, right? So you do not want to overwhelm yourself. Trust me. If you do a lot, like if you try to go, from the beginning with 5 products, 10 products, it's going to be overwhelming, right? So by starting with 1 and keeping things focused and simple, that's going to help you to be able to figure it out, make an income, and once you know what you're doing and you're making money, then you could add a second product, a third product, a fourth product if you wanted to. Okay, but you got to give yourself time and you got to be patient with that. Now then the question about, how would you be able to promote multiple products and different links? So number 1, you never want to promote multiple products in one go, okay? Because what that does is it can confuse people. But here's 2 ways that you can do it. So number 1, you have a process set up, which what I mentioned in the beginning, which if you guys are coming on late, I'd recommend watch the replay from the beginning because I do cover, a lot of digital marketing and how it works. But when you set up this process, there's a way that automatically you can promote one product. And then as people go through a process, a second product is promoted later. And then later, a third product is promoted all consecutively. So let me, who wants me to draw it out? I can draw it out here for you guys. Let me just bring this up on, I'm going to share my screen on Facebook and YouTube so it'll be easier for them to see. Let me have an iPad. There we go. And I'm just going to share the screen and come on. And here we go. Okay. Can you guys see that? I'm going to make it smaller too. All right. So this is how it works. Okay. So that three-step process, you know what? Let me draw it out for you guys, actually. Who would like me to draw it out? The whole thing. All right. So 3 steps. Okay. So number 1, you want to have a product. And usually when you promote a product, they're going to give you the sales page, like the page that has the information about the product, and it's going to have the link to go check out and all that. So that is going to be the last thing in the process. Okay. So let me draw it out here. Actually, let me draw it up a bit higher. Oop, that's not a very good square. All right. So that's your product, right? And usually on that website, there's going to be a video at the top. That's meant to be. I'm not drawing very well today. It's going to be a video and there's going to be text and there's going to be a button at the bottom that says buy. Okay, that's what it's going to look like, right? A bit of a demented sales page there, but video, text, and then a button that says buy. That's the product page. And usually the company whose product you're promoting, or another company's product you're promoting, they're going to give you all that. So you don't have to know how to sell. You don't have to have all the sales stuff, right? They give you the sales processes for it. So that's step number 1. You have your product, all right? Then step number 2 was setting up the sales process. And the sales process is that simple 2-page website, which let me draw it out here. So we've got the 2-page website. So this is going to have a headline. It's going to connect people's email address. It's going to be a button. Okay. So that's the first page, right? That's the opt-in page. So usually there'll be a headline. Then there's going to be, collect the email. And then there's going to be a button. Right. And the headline might say, free video, learn how to lose, 10 pounds in 2 kilos without giving up chocolate and without having to exercise, as an example, if that was health and wellness. Right. So that would be, and then people will be like, okay, cool, I want that. And they'll put their name and email. And then what will happen is, number one, when that email address gets entered in there, that's going to go to that email software, right? Email database. So you're going to collect people's email addresses. We'll come back to that in a second. Okay, but once people opt in, they're going to be taken to a second page. Okay, and the second page is called, so this is the opt-in page. Let's write. So this is the opt-in page. The second page is called a bridge page. And the bridge page's function is to bridge between the opt-in page, so people that find you, and the opt-in page and the product, right? And usually there's going to be a video at the top. This would be your video. It doesn't have to be a video. It could just be text that you write on there, or it could be both, right? A video, text, and a button at the bottom that just says continue. Okay, and let me draw here. So this is the sales page. There we go. Can you guys see that? Especially on Facebook, on TikTok and Instagram, can you guys see that? So that's your opt-in page. People opt in. The contact info goes to your email marketing software. They're going to go to the bridge page where they're going to watch a video from you. Could just be text. But there, you're just sharing your story. Like, if it's a health and wellness product, you might share a bit of your struggle. Maybe you've had weight loss, like weight struggles or energy struggles, right? Where you've just always been really tired. And then you're going to say, this is my story. This is how I struggled with it. And then I found this product that helped me, lose, shed a lot of weight and get healthy and have more energy. If you'd like to learn more, tap the button below, and you're going to be able to learn about XYZ product, right? And then they're going to go to that sales page there. And they're going to be able to learn about that product from the sales page. The company does the selling, not you, right? You don't have to do any selling. You're just recommending it. And then some people will click the button that says buy, and you're going to make, what do you think you're going to make? Money, right? You're going to make money when people purchase. Now, what about people that don't purchase? Because there's going to be people that don't purchase right away. Okay, as I mentioned in the beginning, right, last week I had someone that purchased a $1,000 product through one of my processes. Sorry, no, it wasn't $1,000. So it was a $2,500 product. I made $1,000 commission. They'd only found me, I think, about a week before. And I also had someone else last week who found me a year ago. And last week they purchased the same product and I made $1,000 commission, right? But it took them a year to purchase that. But so how do you make sure that the people that haven't purchased from you end up purchasing eventually? Okay. And some people will never purchase, and that's totally fine, right? But that's where the email marketing software comes into play. This little bit here, right? So then what happens is over time, this will send out additional emails. So let me draw a few emails here. All right, I'm just going to draw 5 for the sake of it. There we go. So over time, that's going to send out automated emails, okay? That, you can write. Sometimes companies will give you all the emails already written, so you don't even have to do anything, write them yourself. Right, but then they send out one email. Hey, you checked out, this, you wanted to learn more about this product. And then that email is going to send them to the sales page. Whoop, I just did the wrong thing there. There we go. It's going to send them to the sales page there, right? And then the next day it's going to send out an email, and then the next day and the next day. And there might be tips, there might be value, there might be stories there. But these emails are automated, and they're going to constantly push people to the sales page, right? So then if people don't purchase right away, people are still going to purchase eventually, right? So all of these ones are going to go, let me just draw some, more arrows there. So emails are going to constantly go out and push people to that sales page, and they're going to purchase, right? And it's all automated, right? You don't have to be calling people on the phone. You don't have to be, pushing people or anything like that. It's just, and it's got to be done in a good way, right? In a helpful way, with integrity. Like you do not want these emails to just be selling. In one of my processes, I send out additional free trainings. I send out an interview that was done with me with a 7-figure marketer. I send out additional tips. I send out other videos that can add value and help people, right? But, for me, I send out my podcasts. I've got a podcast, alexfordpodcast.com. So I send out my new podcast episodes to that email list. I send out these lives to the email list where I do a lot of training, right? But this is very simple to set up, all right? It could take you, again, maybe 2 days if you really put in the effort. Heck, a week if you take your time, right? But so that kind of answers, well, how do what do you have to do to actually promote products, other people's products? So then the other question which we had from Perry was, how do you promote multiple products, right? Let's keep building on this. So then what happens is I'm going to change colors here and I'm going to go with blue. Okay. So then what happens is, as people go through that process and get those emails, eventually those emails will stop, the automated emails. But then you can add additional automated emails promoting other products, right? So for example, how do I get rid of, how do I move it? There we go. So I'm going to draw another sales page here because let's say this is another product and I'm going to put sales. Actually, let's put product 2. Product 2. There's going to be a video, there's going to be some text, and there's going to be a buy button. So you can buy now. Okay. So there we go. So then let's say there's an additional product. Now, once these emails end, then what you do is you can have automated emails promoting the other product. Okay, so let me draw these. And these are all going to go to that product. There we go. And we've got to draw a line from here. This is going to go. Okay, so this is it, right? So after this first email series is done, some people, they might not have bought that product. Some people might have, right? Regardless, then you can have additional emails that promote the second product, right? So email. Here's the second product. As long as it's helpful helpful products that are going to help people and is still within the same niche, right? So for example, if your first product was, let's say, a weight loss product because you were in the health and wellness niche, and you're like, hey, here's a great product that's going to help you lose weight. It's going to help you increase your energy and get fit. Great. And then, then the next product that you promote is, I don't know, hey, here's how you can improve your marriage, right? It doesn't make sense because people wanted to learn more about how to lose weight. And now you're promoting a totally different product that they weren't interested in. And then that's where you're going to have people that are going to be like, oh, I'm going to unsubscribe. I don't want to follow this person because you confuse people, right? But if the first product was a weight loss product, great. Some people are going to purchase it, and you could make $1,000 per week as an example, right? And then the second product could be, let's say, a gym membership. Well, now that they've got the weight loss product, now they've got to learn how to lose weight. Not lose weight, how to go to the gym, right? So having a gym membership, or could be just some other weight loss product. So does that make sense? I'm not sure if you're still on here, Perry, but this is the process, right? It's automated. It's simple to do. You don't need to do any coding like this. Like really, all you have to do is find the product, set up that simple 2-page website where literally you just import, you just change the text. It could take you an hour to do. And then you just load up these emails, which you don't even have to write yourself, right? Usually the company will give you those emails, or you could use something like ChatGPT to write emails for you, and you don't even have to write them, right? But usually the companies will give you that. Could take you, to do digital marketing, it could take you, let's say, a week to set things up and, get your product, sorted, get your 2-page website sorted. And then once you've done that, you can start doing the digital marketing side of things. And if you're consistent with it, so within 2 to 3 weeks, you could be earning an income, right? It is that simple. It is that powerful. And let me just stop sharing here. All right, so it's very simple and it's very powerful. So I hope that answers your question there, Perry, for that one. Let's move on. And by the way, as I look at these other questions, now we're getting a lot more questions coming through. So Actually, you know what? Let me answer this question with this one. Because, this is a great question. Someone asked, how can we start? So how can we start digital marketing? So I would recommend get my free ebook, alexfordbook.com, or just go to my profile on Instagram or Facebook, wherever, YouTube, and there'll be a link on my profile to get my free ebook. That's where I would recommend to start, because I break a lot of this down. There's a lot of cool graphics and everything that I explain it a little bit better in the ebook. You'll read it in an afternoon, right? Like you could probably read it in an hour. And you're going to get way more knowledge than I ever did in the first, 5 years or so of me being in online marketing, just with that free ebook. And then if you really want to dive deeper and actually make this happen step by step, I'd recommend when you get the ebook, there's also an option there to get a $7 course, the one I recommend. That's actually the one that taught me everything about digital marketing. All of this that I've shared today, now I learned it in that $7 course. You even get templates to set up those 2-page websites and you walk through for everything there as well. And you'll be able to get access to the same products that I promote so that you can promote them yourself. Again, last week was amazing. I didn't work because my family was sick, and I still put in $4,500 US, right? And doing nothing. Why? Because that's the power of online passive income. So go check out the book. It's alexfordbook.com. Let's go into the next question. So I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Carlia Blue. She says, I work in sustainability and I would love to do something related. Any ideas? Thanks. This live is what I've been looking for. So firstly, you're welcome. I hope you guys are getting value from this. Not as many people have jumped on today as last week, but I feel like this has probably been one of the most valuable lives. So, if you guys are jumping on late, definitely check out the replay. Replay will be on my profile. But in terms of so Carlia, I don't even understand what sustainability is. Let me Google it first. Sustainability. I understand the word, but okay, sustainability is a social goal. Hang on. In the broader sense, sustainability refers to the ability to maintain or support a process continuously over time. Hang on a second. That's probably not a good, specifically difficult. Okay. Sustainability. So I'm not sure exactly what the answer to that would be, Carlia. I just Googled it and I got even more confused. So obviously, I'm not even the smartest guy, honestly, when it comes to just smartness and intellectual stuff. I don't even know how I passed high school. I was in the lowest grades in the class, and I think the school probably felt sorry for me and they passed me. So, you don't have to be smart to do this at all, right, with digital marketing. But what I would recommend is probably do some research. So you could probably go sustainability affiliate program. I'm just quickly doing some research here. And we've got, so there's things, right? So I found something that's called green affiliate programs. So I do think something along those lines would probably work. And there's tools. Okay, so there's tools for eco-friendly affiliates. You could launch an affiliate program. So yeah, you could probably type in sustainability affiliate program or green affiliate program. Regardless, and I know self-made, so I appreciate that. So it would be good to rephrase the question, but regardless, I would still recommend get my free ebook there, Carlia, and get the $7 course, because that's going to walk you step by step. And you know what? Sometimes just because we do know maybe, in our job or whatever, we work in one specific industry, it might not be what we end up making money in, right? I was an assistant manager when I had my last job in a manufacturing company. And now what I do now, digital marketing, is totally different. In fact, most people that do digital marketing end up doing something totally different that they ever did in their jobs. So I know, I have a healthcare worker friend, now she does digital marketing, and she actually does something similar to me, teaches people how to start their digital marketing business. I know a stay-at-home mom. So the first, her name was Sarah. I know another friend called Em. She was just a stay-at-home mom who homeschools her kids. And she started, digital marketing as well. I think actually she used to be in healthcare at one point, right? So a lot of people end up doing something differently. So I hope that kind of helps anyways. And Sarai says, I'm new to all this and I'm going to give it a try. As a beginner, I am willing to. AMA, go ahead and get your ebook. That's awesome, Soraya. So you know what? You might be totally new, but like this is the thing. When you learn new skills, digital marketing, especially like making an income online, and that's the key. Learning new skills, which you're willing to give it a try, willing to learn. That's what it's all about. Because as you learn and you learn new things and develop new skills, well, guess what? One day, just like myself now, you'll never have to worry about making money again because you've learned a new way of doing it, and no one can take that away from you, right? They could take everything away from you that you have in your life, but they'll never take your knowledge, your skills, which you can always use to be able to make an income. So let's continue on to the next question. So this is a good question. So I'm not sure how to pronounce this. R1MU114. He says, I am from the UK. Well, firstly, awesome that you're in the UK because it would be pretty late there right now. So, I'm glad that you jumped on this. But yeah, digital marketing works worldwide, okay, in any country. Right, even in a lot of third world countries, there's usually issues with people there as well, and businesses and programs and even jobs and stuff online. Digital marketing works globally. Works in Australia, US, UK, Canada, New Zealand. Those are the 5 major English speaking countries. So again, I'd recommend get my free ebook. I break it down more there. It's alexfordbook.com or links in the profile. Let's go into the next question. Carly said, fair enough. Thanks for your answer. You're welcome. This is a good question. So Loretta asks, when is the next episode of your podcast coming? So I was planning to release it this week, but I had some delays, but that will be in the next week. Let me have a look. What's today? Thursday. I'd probably say maybe Monday or Tuesday it'll be released. It's amazing, right? So let me give you some insight into this next episode. So I interviewed a good friend who's made millions of dollars online, and he's like an expert video marketer, right? A lot of people get fear of video marketing, and this is like the go-to expert on eliminating fear with video marketing. Like, video is a powerful way to make an income, and you don't have to show your face. You don't have to, use your voice or anything when you're creating videos. But he created a simple process, and he shared it on the podcast. Super simple process to help get comfortable and eliminate that fear of video marketing. Even when I heard it, I'm like, whoa, that is so cool. Something's going on with my audio here. Let me figure it out. All right, it's because I can hear sometimes people wonder like what like these, what do you call it? Like I forgot what the term was. This is just so I can hear myself back. Just makes it easier to know the audio going through it. But the sound was kind of going left and right for a second. Anyway, so the podcast will be coming out in less than a week. Let's go to the next question, which, by the way, if anyone wants to check out the podcast, there's 5 episodes on there, alexfordpodcast.com. So far I've interviewed, actually, I think everyone I've interviewed so far is a 7-figure earner, which is like, amazing. So go check it out. Lots of tips on there. Lots of tips for beginners as well. So you guys will get a lot of value on there. All right, let me have a look. So Kailash, this is a good question. So you're from Nepal, awesome. And in Nepal, cryptos are banned. Wow, that's interesting. So cryptos are banned and digital marketing is almost hard to operate. So Kailash, for that one, okay, I'm going to have to get back. So Sonaski, you just asked a question, I think. Actually, let me answer this one first because I know it's a long one and the questions and comments just tend to disappear quickly. So Sonaski says, I'm in Canada, but confused that this place is right to live in the future. It's totally quiet here. Feels boring as I am from a place which is happening. As I am from a place which is happening. I don't understand your question there or your comment. Sonakshi, I guess you're just saying you're confused if Canada is the right place to live in. That's not really digital marketing related for me. but I would say Canada's still a good country compared to many other countries you could live in. I think it's always important to find, like what we are grateful for with what we have. That's always, the first thing, because when we are grateful for what we have, even if you live in Canada, which I'm sure Canada is a great country, I haven't been there myself, then that can free us to be able to move on with our lives and find, better things, better opportunities, and attract better things. All right. So anyways, back to the other question for Nepal, for Kailash. So digital marketing works anywhere at Kailash. So the biggest thing for that is you just want to be able to develop skills, right? Develop high income skills. That's what it's about. A lot of time people think, digital marketing is just this system, this thing you just, push a button and make a meal. It doesn't work like that. Like, you want to learn new skills, and the more you learn, the better you get, and the better you get, the more money you make, right? So the more you learn, the better you get, the more money you make. So I would always recommend start with learning about digital marketing. And, you could start with my free ebook, alexforbook.com. It's linked in my profile. You could start on YouTube. Just research digital marketing strategies. Research affiliate marketing strategies. Go to my YouTube channel, right? I've got free trainings on there as well that you consume. But the more you learn, that's what it's about, right? Like if you're looking for like an easy way out, then any of what I offer, it's not going to be for you, because easy does not work. Doesn't matter how much people like push that and push easy, it just doesn't work, right? Learning skills, high income skills, that is what works. Man, like seriously having issues here with my headphones. Anyway, so let me go on to the next question. And I think we're going to be done early today. Well, it's good for me because last week we were on here for almost 3 hours. But Badinap says, can I see a video of this live later? I missed some important parts. Absolutely. So guys, this video, there is a replay on Instagram. You could even go to YouTube if you wanted to as well, on my YouTube channel, the lives tab, but there will be a replay. And you know what? If you guys here's a little secret. If you guys want a treasure trove of free content, education, learning about digital marketing, just scroll through my profile, whichever platform you're on, except TikTok, it won't work because they don't save those. And just find all my lives. You're going to find hours and hours and hours and hours of free coaching and answering questions. So feel free to go through those. Like, there's a ton on there. You can binge watch them over a week if you wanted to, and you get a lot from them as well. So absolutely, you've got, the lives will be available there. Okay, so just Namdi says, recommend products to us. Okay, so this isn't selling because you're asking the question, all right? And I'm not going to put links here for them either, but you can go learn more about that. I'll explain in a second. So products I recommend. So I recommend the 15-day online business challenge. That's a $7 course, right? That's the one I recommend. You can also promote that if you wanted to. There's a lot of, even Amazon has an affiliate program, right? Nike has an affiliate program. There's all these companies. So affiliate marketing is a legitimate thing, okay? But the products I recommend is a 15-day challenge. The second one, which I mentioned, step number 2, is creating that simple 2-page website. I recommend ClickFunnels. Okay, then there's also a similar one which starts free. They both start free actually. So it's system.io, right? But I recommend the 15-day challenge, ClickFunnels, Aweber, which is for the email marketing software, which I discussed, which was, when I discussed those 3 steps. Those are the 3 that I recommend, right? Again, if you want to learn about those, get my free ebook, alexforbook.com. Let's see more questions. Okay, this is a good question. How can you almost, I like that you said almost guarantee. How can you almost guarantee people will click on your post? And Paul Sugg, it's Paul. Hey, Paul, good to see you're on here. I'll answer your question in a sec. I'll come back to it. So TZAP says, how can you almost guarantee people will click on your post? Well, you can't guarantee anything that people will click on your post. But here's the thing. Okay, I've never answered this question, but this is a good one, so I have to think about it. There's probably 2 or 3 things that you need to do. All right. So number one, you want to create content, as I mentioned in the beginning of this live, right? So content is just valuable tips and tricks that help people, right? That help people with, in whatever niche you're in. So if you're in health and wellness, create free, tips on how to lose weight, how to increase your energy, recipes, that sort of thing. The more you create of that content, hey, Suha, okay, I see you've jumped on here. Great that you've jumped on here. But the more you create content, the more people you're going to reach, the more of a following you're going to get. And then as you keep creating content, then what you do is every now and then you just let people know to go check out the link on your profile, right? And then that's how you get people to go click. Now, not everyone's going to go click on those links, but some people are going to click on those links, right? And you just got to be consistent and you got to keep putting in the effort. Like I would recommend maybe 2 to 3 posts per day, 5 days a week. And if you do that for, 3 months, maybe 6 months, that's going to build your account and you can very possibly be making an income within that time. I've seen hundreds of people do it. All right. So I hope that answers that question. I'm going to go find yours now, Paul. So yours was just a quick question around short form video on social media. How do you know which posts are converting? Is there a way you can identify the data, Alex? So that's a good question, Paul. So I do not look at it from a standpoint of which posts are converting because especially on Instagram or any platform really, no, especially on Instagram, you cannot have clickable links on each post. So the way I do it is there's a way that you can track which social media platform they're coming from. So for example, if you look at any of my platforms, like the link on my bio to get my free ebook about, on how to do digital marketing. So on my Instagram, I've got alexfordlive.com/IG. On my Facebook profile, I've got the same link /FB. In my Facebook page, it says, alexfordlive.com/FBP, which is Facebook. And YouTube's the same /YT. So that's how I track which platforms. And Paul, send me a message. I know we work together. So send me a DM on Facebook and I'll send you a free training that I have that I created for people that I work with. That'll show you how to set up, how to track those links. All right. I think that's specifically using ClickFunnels. But once you watch that, I'm sure you'll be able to figure out how to set up if you're using another platform. So hope that helps. And had another question. By the way, any questions, guys, please do put them into a little question bubble, tap it and put your question there because things just, go up. So like, the comments and people coming in and it goes really fast. So Millions DRG says, how do you go about Upwork? I've never done Upwork myself. Upwork is a freelancing site where you can list, services that you offer. Usually it's services, and then, or you can also like find jobs that people are offering. You can, put your price for if you can do that job. And then if you win it, you perform the job. So you do the service. And then once it's delivered, Upwork will pay you that money, right? So you can go on Upwork. I use Upwork a lot to hire people when I need things done, to outsource things. But you can go there and you can get little jobs here and there. Now, Upwork is great if you want to make, an extra $100, $200 per month. If you want to make, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000 per month, Upwork is not good for that. If you want to make more, like $10,000 per month, even $5,000 per month, my free ebook is a good starting point for that, right? The link is on my profile, or it's at alexfordbook.com. Let me have a look. Any other questions? So Paul says, absolutely. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. You're welcome, Paul. Let's have a look at any other questions that I've got here in the question box. So Prashil says, I want to work with you. So Prashil, start with the ebook, alexfordbook.com, right? That is that is a prerequisite for people to work with me, going through that book, because having a bit of an understanding of digital marketing is a starting point, and you'll learn more about working together as you go through that book as well. So Million says, do you use this as a side hustle or a main job? Great question. So digital marketing is my main job, right? Well, it's not a job, it's a business, okay? But it is my main thing that I do now. In the beginning, it started a side hustle. And when you do want to start a side hustle, digital marketing is a great place to get started, because a lot of people think that, oh, I'm going to start digital marketing. Oh, do I have to quit my job? But you do not have to quit your job. Just got to plug my phone in to charge because it's not charging. Not sure why. Anyway, so digital marketing is a great place to get started with a side hustle, and you can do it alongside your job. You do not have to quit your job in the beginning at all. You just, you can do it, 1 to 2 hours per day. You could do a little bit in the morning, a little bit at night. You could do it in your lunch break, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. But what happens is over time, as you're consistent with your business, guess what? You're going to get to a point where your side hustle is going to out earn your job. And at that point, well, guess what you can do? You can quit your 9 to 5, which is the ultimate goal, right? That's what you ultimately want. I'm just bringing up my screen sharing capabilities here because I know someone had a screen sharing question that's going to require screen sharing. But yeah, so this is my main thing that I do full time now. And I don't work full-time hours. I work 2 to 3 hours a day, but it's just my main thing now. All right, so let me have a look. This one I missed before. So I am too crispy. I am too crispy. Great username. So he says, best site to build a course. So the best site to build a course. Let me see if I can. So I'm too crispy. Let me have a look. I'm going to write down your username because I'm too crispy, and I'll DM you. And I'll answer this question. So look, with building a course, all right. So building a course, your own digital marketing course, or just any sort of course, right? Online course, it's not something I recommend for beginners because I've done it myself. It's a lot of effort. You got to have the knowledge. It's quite technical. It's something I would recommend if you wanted to build your own course. First, I'd recommend promote other people's products first, because then all you have to do is one thing, do the marketing, right? And once you get really good at the marketing, then at that point, you can build your own course and you'll know how to sell it. I see a lot of people start a digital course and they can spend months, maybe years building a digital course, an online course. But then once it's built, now they're still not making money because they never learn how to market it, right? So the marketing is a very important part as well of digital marketing. So if you focus promoting other people's courses in the beginning and you just figure out the marketing side of things, and later you can create a course and make even more money. That's what I see everyone do. That's how I did it. It's just the simplest way. Now, the best site to build a course, there's a few. So ClickFunnels is quite simple to use. So it's clickfunnels.com. You can set up a membership site there. Though the price, it's quite pricey. It could be $100 US, $150 US, $200, depending on which level you're paying for. What I'll do is there's another one that I use, which is much simpler. I don't even know if I've got the link that I could share with you. Let me have a look. All right, I will share it with you. All right, I'm going to put this link here for you. I'm Too Crispy, and you can go check it out. This is the platform I use to host my courses. All right, so go check it out, alexfordlive.com/MLSP. And I'll DM you that as well because I'm not sure if you're still on here. It's much simpler and it starts at $50 a month and you can host your courses on there. You can even create, the website to sell them and stuff as well. So that's the one I would recommend for that. Let me have a look. What else have we got? This is an interesting one. So Just going to drink some water quickly. So the question is, what are the basics to follow for digital marketing to grow a digital fan base? And, and he's coming from Costa Rica. So Yax XR says, what are you talking about? So I'm talking about building a side hustle using digital marketing. So digital marketing and being able to make an income online so that you can quit your 9 to 5. By the way, if you're jumping on late, watch the replay. I've given so much value on here. So then we've got, so I'm Too Crispy actually says, I don't want to sell courses. I want to teach people how to option trade. So yeah, I'm Too Crispy. Go check out that link I sent you. That is the platform for building your own digital course. You can host it and everything there as well. So I just put the link up there as well for you. All right. So back to the question was, okay, what are the basics to follow for digital marketing to grow a DJ's fan base? I like this question because back in the day, going back like 13, 14 years ago, I used to DJ as well, right? I used to DJ EDM. So look, though I've never built a DJ fan base, the digital marketing principles are still the same, right? So you want to build a following, and then once you build that following, you kind of want to sell them stuff, right? But as a DJ, you're not really selling stuff, though you kind of are, right? Because as a DJ, your selling version of things might be getting people to your shows, right? And you're going to get paid at your shows. Maybe it might be getting them to pay for your music if you create your own, music. So with, growing a DJ fan base, by the way, guys, listen to this because this is applicable to any sort of niche or industry. But what you want to create is start creating content, right? That reaches people. How could you do that with the DJ fan, as a DJ, to build your own DJ fan base? So number one, you always want to reach an existing audience that's interested in your DJ music, right? So for example, you could go live and do DJ sets. And then actually this would be a good one. Record a live DJ set, right? Of yourself. Maybe just go live for an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And then what you can do is you can export little clips that you can from that live one and start sharing them as reels on Instagram or TikTok, right? And then, as you're sharing those 1 minute DJ sets, little clips, that's going to help you to build your audience. The other thing you could do is you'd have to look into the copyright issues with this, but have a look at, you can go on YouTube and have a look at other people's DJ sets, download them, you cut out little clips, like the best clips from those DJ sets, and start uploading to Instagram. Again, be careful with copyright, okay? But that you'd have to look into this yourself. But if you're uploading those clips, that'll build you more of a DJ, an audience, and then you can start mixing in your own, music as well, like your own DJ sets. So I hope that kind of helps. But in the end, you always want to, put out content to attract an audience. That's the key. So I hope that kind of gives you some ideas there. Got more questions coming in. This is good. Okay, so Millions DRG is asking lots of questions, which is great. So what skills do you think is most demanded, and do you just specialize in digital marketing? So hi Sharik, see you jumped on here. So in terms of skills most demanded, I can let you know what's the skills that are most demanded in digital marketing is. Yes, I do specialize primarily in digital marketing, but in digital marketing, there's a lot of skills that you can learn. Simple to learn as well, right? But in digital marketing, there's high income skills. So there's, there's social media, which is very simple to learn, right? So how do you create content simply to be able to attract an audience? Social media is one. Lead generation. So how do you generate leads? Like how do you generate inquiries of people that are interested in your products, right? That's another very important skill, which I've talked some of that today. Like, that simple 2-page website. How do you get people to go buy the product? So, lead generation. Another one is copywriting, right? So all copywriting is just learning to write words that influence or words that sell. Excuse me there. So it's learning how to write words that sell. It could be for writing ads. It could be for creating videos and content, right? But that's a very simple, it can be a very simple thing to learn. So copywriting could be one. Building those sales processes. So when I talked about creating that simple 2-page website, the one that you're going to use to sell the product, other people's product, that's a very simple skill to build, right? It's creating those simple, they're called funnels. So simple funnels, those simple 2-page websites, that's a good skill to have, right? So again, there's a lot of little skills that you want to learn that are going to help you make an income. If you want to learn about those skills, you can start with my free ebook. It's alexfordbook.com. The link's on my profile. And that's a great starting point for that. All right, so let's go on to the next question. I know you asked that to expand more on digital marketing. Millions, I've already expanded on it so much during this one. I'm going to do it one more time. And then I'm probably not, I recommend rewatch the replay. But again, digital marketing is just promoting other people's products online in exchange for commissions, right? So it's simple to do because you don't have to create your own products. You don't have to do the customer service. You don't have to do the shipping and the delivery of the products. You're just focusing on simple marketing processes, promotional strategies online. Literally anyone can do it, right? And you can do it in about 1 to 2 hours per day. I've talked about that this whole time during this training. So I'd recommend, go watch it again if you want to learn. Like if you want really to go deeper and like me expand on digital marketing, one, rewatch this live because I dived really deep into digital marketing, so you can rewatch it at any time. Number two, there's other lives and the replays on my profiles. You can watch those. I expand on them a lot. And then number three, you can get my free ebook, which I expand on it there as well. So alexfordbook.com. The link is on the profile too. So lots of ways you can expand. Now, I like this question. I think we might end with this one. So Aga Madali says, can you show an example of the 2-page website if possible? All right. So let me see if I've still got this thing that I drew earlier. And let me just undo some of this. So this is let me just cover this quickly, right? This is what setting up a digital marketing business would look like. And I'm just going to share my screen on Facebook/YouTube. All right. So I talked about how it's important, right? When you're setting up digital marketing business, you want to have 3 things, right? So you want to have the product that you're going to promote. You want to set up a simple 2-page website that's going to help you to sell that product. And then you want to start getting people from online to the sale process so that they can purchase the product, right? And this is kind of what I drew. So you want the product, right? Usually the company is going to provide you the sales page for that product, right? I covered this earlier, so I'm not going to go into too much detail because I'm briefly going through this. So they're going to provide the sales page for the product, but then you want to create this simple 2-page website, a page where someone can opt in, right? When someone opts in, they're going to be taken to a bridge page. It's called. This is simple to do. There's no coding or programming, right? It's just drag and drop. And then in the bridge page, you'll have a video or text sharing your story with your result with the product, why you recommend the product. And then people are going to click this button and go to that sales page there. All right. And then there's going to be emails sent out. So the people that don't purchase the product, that's going to send them additional information, additional trainings, additional things that's going to add value to them, answering any questions. And that's going to constantly push people to the product to buy. All right. So what does that look like? Who wants to know what that looks like? Like my actual website looks like. All right. So I've been told, and I'm going to walk you through this, right? Sometimes people don't realize I'm all about transparency. So got nothing to hide, guys. So have you guys know about my free ebook? I've been talking about it a lot today. When people ask, alexfordbook.com, who wants me to walk you through this 2-page, like the 2-page website? Let me show you. Now, mine looks a little fancier. keep in mind, I've been doing this coming up to 12 years, digital marketing. I pay a lot of money to get this design, but you don't have to pay money. You can just import templates and stuff, and it literally, you just change the text and whatever. And for me, I offer a free ebook. All right. Who's read the ebook? Let me know in the comments if anyone has gone through the ebook. I would love to know. And if you got value from it as well. But this is my ebook. You don't have to offer an ebook. It could just be, you're offering a free video or something. But what happens is, this is the first page in the website. So when someone comes here and they're like, it says there, attention freedom seekers, 3-step formula to make thousands of dollars a week working from home in your spare time. It's true, guys. Last week I didn't work because my family has been unwell. Still made $4,500 with my digital marketing business, right? Online passive income. It's the power of it. So, go check it out, alexforbook.com. But this is what happens when you go there, all right? So when you go there, someone's going to be like, okay, great. I want to get it, right? And they're going to put their name and email address. Let me put, and I know got yeses coming through, so you people do want to see this. So let me input my information on here. All right. I've inputted my information, and then what's going to happen, Digital Dennis says, how do you promote the landing page? If you could add that, Dennis, into the little question bubble, and I'll answer that in a sec, because the comments just keep going too fast and then I'll miss it. So then what happens is, when someone goes, yep, I want to learn more, I want to get the ebook, I want to get the free video, whatever happens there, on the second page, remember how I drew that you've got that video? So I explain, you got a headline, right? Here says the number one thing most struggling digital entrepreneurs are missing is the right online business model, right? Because having the right online business model is important. And I've got a video there of me, right? Granted, this is a little bit fancier because I paid a video editor to make it for me. It doesn't have to be this fancy. You don't even have to have a video, right? But for me, there's a video there where I share my story with digital marketing. I share my experience. I go deep into my story and share, some tips about what I recommend in terms of digital marketing, right? So it's a bit of a training video, but also there's a course I recommend there. That's what I recommend. So it's a $7 course that, walks people through step by step how to do digital marketing. It's actually the same one that taught me how to do it. So then what happens is there's a button below there. There's a bit more information like my story there, some other videos people can watch. But again, this is the second step in that 2-page website. And that's a 2-page website, right? That's all you got to set up. And it's super simple to do. Like, all you do is you're just changing the text, changing the words if you wanted to, right? But then what happens is, after someone's been on that 2-page, on the bridge page, someone can tap that little button, and that's going to take them to the third step, which is the product page, which you don't have to create. So when someone taps on Start Now, come on, this is the sales page for the product, for whichever product you're promoting, by the way. All right. So, for me, and this is provided by the company that I recommend. All right. So here it's like, for anyone who wants to start a profitable online business, but doesn't know where to begin, right? Who doesn't know where to begin with starting a digital marketing business? If you don't know where to begin, rewatch this replay, because I go deep into digital marketing. Now I'm actually showing the behind the scenes things, right? Because someone asked. So now when someone comes here, well, guess what? Now they can learn about the product. They've got the video, right? This is with my friend Dave. I actually spoke at one of his events in Florida in December. It was pretty fun. And then what happens is, let me just bring up the rest of the page. And then what happens is people can learn about the product. So for example, I recommend and promote the 15-day online business challenge, right? Which is a $7 course. It's 15 days, so it's 2 weeks. And this is what they learn, right? Not selling it here because it's kind of selling it, right? But someone asked, so I'm just going to cover it. So, right, and this is what they learn. Day 1, they learn the number 1 secret to starting and scaling a high-ticket business. Day 2, they learn about the 4 most profitable business models. Day 3, you actually see how to build. You see how to build this. Right? So on day 3, you see how to actually build this 3-step process, this 2-page website in 30 minutes. Mayank says he signed up for the ebook. Mayank, you would have got an email. Check your spam folder if you didn't get it. And if you didn't get it, I'd recommend re-opting again. Maybe try a different email address as well. But it's mostly, just check your spam folder. Sometimes it can go in there. Not often though. Right. But step number 3, it actually shows you how to set up this, what I'm sharing you with now. Right. And there's other things as well, learning different skills and that. So anyway, and then what happens is when someone goes there, they can tap, where is it? The button to purchase a $7 course, right? So again, let me bring this up. So that's what I just showed you. I just showed you the opt-in page. I just showed you the bridge page. So that's a 2-page website that, Ahmed Dali asked to know an example about. And then I showed you the sales page. So then when someone purchases that product on the sales page, whatever product you're promoting, you're going to make commissions, right? You're going to start making some money. All right. And because I know some of you might be asking, right? Like if you want to start doing digital marketing, I would recommend this course. All right. I'm not here to sell on these lives, but because we're here now anyway, go check it out. Like literally, this is what originally taught me digital marketing. And it totally changed my life, and actually learning real skills and knowing step by step how to do it. Go check it out. Right. Who wants to know what it actually looks like? Right. So when someone comes here and they purchase a $7 course, right? Of course, they tap there. There's going to be a checkout link. Now, this is what it looks on the inside, right? So when you purchase it, you're going to get immediate access to the membership site. And that's what it looks like, right? So when you log in, the first day, it's a 50-minute video. Like guys, I'm telling you, it dives deep. Right? And that's just the first day. And you learn a lot of like how digital marketing works, right? The business principles. Because if you've had a job your whole life, changing your mindset and be like, well, how does business work? How does digital marketing work? How do you make the most money? How do you become the most profitable, right? That's all covered on day 1. Okay. And there's steps here that, action steps that you can take, right? There's, there's work, guys. There's work to do, right? Once you go through, and there's day 2, there's day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? It's a 15-day. So that's what it looks like on the inside. So that's the whole process. So let's go back to that. So again, you got the opt-in page, you got the bridge page, you got the sales page, and when someone purchases, they get access to whatever product. Here's the thing I love about digital products, right? I'll show you again through here. With the $7 course, this 15-day challenge I promote, right? When someone purchases that, as soon as you've purchased it, you get access to the course. It's instant delivery. And that's why I like promoting digital products, because physical products, people have to physically wait. They go to get sent out. It just causes more issues, where something like this, it's instant. And by the way, if you guys decide to get the $7 course, if for some reason you don't like it, well, guess what? The company will buy back the course from you, and they'll give you your money back. So they've got a guarantee. So that's important, by the way. Whether you're purchasing any educational courses or you're promoting products, you want to make sure that company offers some sort of money back guarantee, right? Because it's going to protect you, it's going to protect your customers. And I just think money back guarantees are important as well, because if people purchase something they don't like, they should have the ability to be able to, return whatever they purchased and get their money back. So that's the process. So again, if you want to actually go check it out, alexfordbook.com, opt in, watch my video as well. You'll kind of get an idea as to what the bridge video is. But let's move on to another question here, because we've got a few more that have come in. Okay, so Millions DRG say, I'm sorry, I'm taking you back. I'm not sure what that means, but what you're saying is that I need sufficient followers and fan base. So that's a good question. You do not need sufficient followers and a fan base. Does sufficient followers help? Yes, but you don't need sufficient followers and a fan base. Here's why. The power of social media right now is powerful. It's like amazing. So you can start creating content, 2 to 3 pieces of content a day, might take you 1 hour to do those 3 if you did 3. And when you're consistent with that, you're going to build a fan base or very quickly, right? So for example, and you don't even need to build a fan base. So for example, great case study is my daughter's account. So she started Instagram 5 weeks ago, and within a month, so until last week, within 4 weeks, she reached 350,000 people with her videos, and she's probably only posted maybe at that time 10 videos. Get that, 350,000 people. If you want to know what 350,000 people look like, all you have to do is you go on, and that's with like 10 videos. You go on Google and you type, what does 350,000, 350,000 people look like? There we go. I don't even know if that one is, man, there's just, so many. And I don't even think this is going to be how much it is. So that, I don't know if you guys can see it. And I don't know if that's a soccer stadium. Yeah. So that soccer stadium is 35,000 people. 35,000 people. The one there on the right, if you're looking on Facebook. Right. So, and she reached 10 times that many people with her Instagram account, my daughter, in 4 weeks. And guess how many followers she has even till today? About 350 followers, right? She built. So she's built 350 followers, but she's reached 350,000. And I think it's about 400,000 now, 5 weeks in. So do you need a big following and fan base? No, you don't. You just need to know how to do simple pieces of content, right? Very simple to do. Take you 10 minutes to do. Like, it takes her 10 minutes. Like, sometimes it takes her 5 minutes to create something, and then she shows it to her. I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. And it was really quick. And, she'll post it, and that continues to add to her reachability. So you do not need a big fan base. However, you can build a big fan base really quickly as well, right? So when I started building my Instagram and I put some serious effort into it, I had 1,300 followers roughly. And within a month, I think it got to 100,000 followers of me being consistent, right? So yeah, you don't need a big follower base. You just need to have those simple steps, to create content that's going to reach a lot of people. And then this one's long. So it says, how do you promote the landing page? So I used to work for ClickFunnels, and I have a site where I'm trying to grow a list, and my lead magnet is a laptop. But just curious what works best for others. Okay, so how do you promote the landing page? So we discussed, right? So let me bring up the drawing we did. So once you have, the simple two-page website that you set up and you've got your product to promote, then the next step is, of course, you want to get people to this page, right? To that page. Because if you don't get people to that opt-in page, it could also be called a landing page, then you're not going to get people to learn about your products and they're not going to purchase. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to choose, and Dennis, I actually covered this earlier, I just realized in detail. Let me cover it quickly. So there's 4 ways that you can create content or ads to get people to those products. There's written form, there's video, there's audio, and there's images. So written can be things like Facebook. You can type things out. You can write ads. Video could be any platform now, really. So TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Audio is really only podcasts, I think, at this stage. Or actually, no, there's more audio. Facebook has audio. Twitter has like Twitter Spaces. And there's images. And most platforms have images. Not all. So Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest is image-based. So then what you want to do is, once you have your product that you want to promote, it's like, what product is it and who's it going to appeal to? So for example, if it's a health and wellness product, someone's asking, what is your daughter's account? I'm going to post it put the link here. So you guys, if you guys want to go follow her, she'd love the follow. It's like often I'll talk her about her and then I'll put the link. Actually, you know what? Let me tag her because that'll be easier. There we go. That's easy. I think you can actually tap that and it'll take you to the profile. Let me put it on the other platforms. My daughter's account. I just sent that. So that's my daughter's account there if you guys want to follow. Often I talk about her profile and then she'll get like followers for like a few 5 followers or so. And she just loves it when I mention it. But anyway, so going back to the question Dennis asked is like, so if your product's health and wellness product, you want to start creating content, I'd recommend like Instagram Reels, TikToks, just doing tips and tricks around how to lose weight, increase your energy, things that add value to people. Like you want to give. Like you cannot expect to receive. And I just realized that anyway, that link didn't go very well. Let me do it again. All right, cool. So you want to start giving tips and tricks. Like you want to give to people before you can receive, right? There's a guy called Gary Vee who talks about marketing a lot. And his concept is you want to, I forgot it now. Just go to, what was it? Jab, jab, right hook, right? So you want to like get value and keep giving value. And then you can go for the sale, right? So you want to keep giving tips, tricks, ideas, help people, actually help people. Because as you help people, they're going to get to know you. They're going to get to like you. They're going to get to trust you. And eventually they're going to buy from you, right? If you actually have a product that's going to serve them and help them. So creating content where it's at. And if you do Reels, TikToks, that's how you can reach thousands of people really quickly, right? There's platforms like Facebook, if you do written posts and stuff, that's not going to reach as much virability necessarily. But if you do Instagram Reels, TikToks, Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts, that is a powerful way to do it. And then as you grow a following, make sure you've got ways that they can click to your links to go to your landing page or to your funnel. It could be in the bio. You could mention it in your videos at the end as well. So I hope that helps there, Dennis. And Dennis, you worked with ClickFunnels. Get the book Traffic Secrets. That's all about traffic, right? That's going to give you even more ideas there too. So I hope that helps, guys. And that's all the question answered there. So thanks, guys, for attending. I went longer than expected. So, but I hope that helps. I hope that adds value. Again, if you want to literally seriously rewatch this whole live, because especially in the first half, actually all of it, but the first half, I gave a ton of how digital marketing works on there. You have 5 copies. That's cool. So you look like Anwar. Who's Anwar? Anyway, so I hope you get value. Rewatch this replay because I gave a ton of value here. And if you want to dive in even deeper, go check out my book, alexfordbook.com. The link is always on my profile. You can get that at any time. Download that. You get instant access. And if you want actual step-by-step on knowing how to do that, even for you, Dennis, as well, I'd recommend, guys, get the $7 course that I mentioned today, the 15-day challenge, because that'll dive deeper. If you get the $7 course, you'll have access to me for support. I cannot respond to all messages because I get so many messages coming through. But if you get the $7 course, you have access to me on Messenger. And guess what? I always respond to people who purchase a $7 course. Sorry guys, I just have to do that. I can't respond to everyone, but the people that are committed to building their digital marketing business and invest in themselves, they have access to me 24/7. Though it takes me sometimes 24, sometimes 48 hours to respond, but I always respond to people that purchase that course. It's not one-on-one coaching, but it's kind of like coaching. If you're asking me questions over Messenger, I'm there to answer them for you guys. And it's only $7, all right? But start with a free ebook, alexfordbook.com, and get the $7 course as well. Best $7 I've ever spent. It changed my life. This is why I get to do this from home now. And it's 10 a.m. for me now. I'm done. And literally, I'm just going to go sit with my wife for a little bit because Dennis said is $7 is more than two. Oh, absolutely. But literally, what I'm going to do now is I've spent 2 hours working today. I'm probably going to do an hour later just to create some content, get it out. But right now, I'm just going to go chill with my wife because, she's been sick. I miss her. And, so anyways, beauties of working from home, guys. All right. I'll catch you guys next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bring your questions, bring your learning hat, bring your notepads, whatever, right? I'm here to help you guys with building your online businesses, and catch you guys later. And oh, you got 2 people still on here. I'm not sure if you guys are on Facebook, but right, you guys take care. I'll catch you later.